like Withering Touch, another Counter Magic. Counter Magic is great in this matchup, but it's not great when we don't have double Sapphire. So we're gonna Inquisition here. He didn't have Counter Magic last turn, but he has drawn 2 more cards, so. Let's see what's going on. Time Ripple my guy in response. Please don't be your only spell. Croc, Windsinger. I'm just going to take the Windsinger because we have a limited number of kills in our deck. Andy could just hit an Azure Fate and then we can't kill it later. And like Croc, we're just not going to play out 2 troops. So like next turn, I'm going to play... Oh, also, he doesn't have anywhere near triple green threshold for his gems, so that sounds great for us. So next turn, we'll just play out Fentio and crush him, hopefully. Just start activating this and go to town. Alright, so this curve is great. We hit the double Sapphire, so that means next turn we get to a Blood Shard into Ancestor Chosen plus hold Counter Magic, which means we can beat the Croc, so I am going to play out a second guy. If he doesn't bounce this turn, we just start putting a bunch of eggs in his deck, and he's just not going to be a happy camper. So his hand right now is Croc, Sapphire Shard X. Activate right away, so we can start drawing them. Play this Blood Shard. Play this Ancestor Chosen. Pass the turn. So I wouldn't play the Chosen out if we couldn't cast the Counter Magic this turn, since we know he's got a Croc in his hand. Croc, for reference, has to have 2 creatures to fight. You can't even cast the Croc this turn because Croc has triple Sapphire threshold or triple Wild threshold. That's so good. We have to keep filling up his deck. This deck's just like a nightmare for Wintermoon. Between the Tunnelers and the Ancestors Chosen and just everything is just so good against them. We've got at least 6 Ancestral Specters in our deck already. Chipping away with our 1/1, going to town, taking them to the Brown Town beatdown. Okay, so we just know Croc is the only card we're aware of in his hand right now. I believe that's a Reese. I have to double check his deck list, but that's probably a Reese. Extinction, not good when we're ahead, but we're far enough ahead that really doesn't matter. How's it going, Metronomy? Don't judge my Dreaming Fox. He's drawn us a lot of cards today already, okay? He's a good man. He's a good man, Dreaming Fox is. Still can't cast the Croc. Our deck's filling up with goodies. His deck's filling up with bad cards. Jeez, just everything is coming up, Millhouse. Oh, he had the Wild. He just didn't want to play it. Okay. Probably because we're upping Counter Magic or removal. This champion's super reasonable. Have some Counter Magic. He should have played that during... This has quick on it, right? Yeah, he should have played that during my ready step. Both the kids are napping currently, which is nice. More Specters. Come on, I just want to start drawing Specters. We're so unlucky we drew another Fentio. This deck plays 4 Fentio cards. Nuts. So the Ancestor puts 2 cards into our deck at the beginning of every turn, and those cards are 1-cost 2/2 flyers that cantrip. I would believe that Zorzim is better against Wintermoon than our champion is, but I also think that this deck is so good against Wintermoon that you just don't need the help. Yeah, it's basically for the control matchups. Ah, geez, look. There's the first one. Play this, draw a card. Time ripple my Reese. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna let this time ripple happen because we're so far ahead, and I want to counter magic his Reese when it comes off next turn. It's not that good against. I think you are very mistaken that it's not that good. So we've drawn the combo now. So now I'm gonna let his Reese resolve because I want this counter magic to protect the Azure Fate Sorceress when we cast it and combo him next turn. Anything above 50% is good against a deck. Oracle Socket for Spider. So we're gonna get to combo him next turn. So yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna put a stop during my ready step, so that way we can just combo him before he draws a card with this. So he's probably thinking he's like in the game, like both his things resolved. He's got at least one threat here, and we're just gonna get him next turn. And like whatever numbers people are making up, I would almost say that most people probably haven't played enough matches with either of these decks to really know what the percentages are. So we're going to activate this, and then we're going to cast Azure Fate and hopefully just bomb him out here. Seriously? We missed? Oh, that's gross. Alright, well, we hit a tarantula. He hits a tarantula at any point, and we got him. Man. Variance. Variance. There's at least... How many eggs are in his deck? There's a lot of eggs in his deck. He just needs to draw one before he can answer this. Come on, just draw a tarantula egg. Well, our 25 life is... Why didn't I extinction? Because as soon as he draws a tarantula, the Azure Fate kills him. As soon as he draws a tarantula, the Azure Fate kills him. That's why I did an extinction. Also, I'm going to get to play this Reese next turn. If we draw a shard, I get to play Reese with counter magic up, and then the Reese is going to mill him for 8, which should hopefully combo him. Put eggs in his deck before he draws. Yeah, all right. This should be the combo. Kill that one. And then this causes him to mill 10, which hits more tarantula eggs, and this tarantula causes him to mill 10, which, yeah, so opponent, basically, so again, the combo is the Azure Fate Sorceress inspires all troops that cost more than her, so she inspires all of the tarantulas, so we just keep flipping. So we just keep milling. He's down to 6 cards in his deck. And I have to put all these tarantula triggers on the stack, but or on the chain, sorry. But he is going to mill out, and then he'll lose next turn when he goes to draw a card and can't. You don't think this is fun? Combo decks are a blast. Mono Ruby is an auto win, maybe. And like the fact that Mono Ruby has a really strong matchup against these Blood Sapphire decks is another reason to play Dreaming Fox and have more hit points. Yeah, we're at 21 minutes, and we won the first game, so... Yeah, this is a combo control deck. You have archetypes that cross over. Like this, like I equated this to like this is like a lot of decks like in Modern and Magic. Like there's a lot of decks that they're control decks, but they're also combo decks. Like this is very similar to Splinter Twin. Actually, it requires a little bit more setup, but it's a similar type idea. Like you're a combo control deck. Look at all the spiders still coming out. There are so many spiders in this deck. Welcome to the Tarantula Beatdown, boys and girls. Send a message. Alright, well, we're now 2-0 in the gauntlet. Just keep on keeping on. Yeah, I've got mine set up. Technically, the combo. I mean, he had way more than enough eggs in his deck that it wasn't going to miss. And also, he was fully milled out and was still making me like wait and put like I got to my attack step. Like his deck was entirely in his crypt, and he was still not conceding. So. Spider Twin. I mean, maybe cards like that'll spike. Another thing that'll happen too with like CCGs is that the format will change and expand, and like decks like this can get worse. And also like right after a big event where this deck did really well in the constructed portion of that event, it's gonna spike, and then people will play it, and some will do well, and they'll keep playing it. Other people will lose interest and sell the cards back off. So it's high now, but I don't think I'd expect it to go too much higher than what it is. None will press find player now. Oh, we got one. I like to play first. Fentio went up because this deck plays 4 of them and did well at the. Okay, so these are dual shards because we have a Ven in our opener. Play this. Cantrip on 1.